What's up, guys? Hope you're all doing well today, and welcome to my spoiler review for The Last of Us Episode 3. This is the biggest deviation from the game thus far, but I think this adaptation of the story is where it's at its strongest. This is certainly my favorite episode. I mean, I loved episode 1, I loved episode 2, but I really loved episode 3. I mean, this episode is the most devastating, heartbreaking, uh, emotionally wrenching episode, even more so than last week's episode of Tessa's death, which I thought that the kiss was the thing that didn't work for me as much. Um, that's one thing. The only thing of last week's episode that I didn't really care for was the infected, basically sticking its seaweed into Tessa's mouth and doing its thing. So that was a little odd. I don't know. I think episode 2 is my least favorite. Episode 1 is the second best. Episode 3 is the best. This episode follows after that. Joel and Ellie are on their own now. They have to talk a little bit. They have to bond a little bit about the past. How did it start? Who bit who? What's going on? And what kind of stuff happened. And that brings us back to 2003 when it all started and broke out. We meet Nick Offerman's character Bill. He is very much shut out to the whole world. He is in his basement, in his bunker, watching video footage of the outside, seeing that people are being picked up, knowing that he's evading it, living his life the way he wants to live it now that it's this post-apocalyptic world. And he meets Frank. Frank is one guy who is trying to get from one place to another. He falls into one of Bill's traps, and their introduction to each other was great as they sort of start to talk. He allows him to come in to eat, sees the piano. You know, the bond, the subtle bond uh, that grows is really powerful and really well acted and really well done. I think Nick Offerman was fantastic in this episode. He is incredible. Um, and as the two, grow that relationship, getting in the shower, doing all this stuff. We cut to the future a little bit. We see that Frank's on the radio with Tess, brings them over. They're having lunch together. So this is where Nick or Bill and Joel meet. Joel is more of an open kind of guy. Bill is not. Bill is not as open, but he still has a respect for him, which he leaves him with the codes of his stuff, which I thought was really interesting. He has a respect for him because he's protecting Tess, while Bill is protecting Frank. Really enjoyed that stuff. We cut to 10 years later. It's the other guy. It's Frank that's in a wheelchair who is dying on medicine and says, you know what, uh, I'm going to crush up all these pills, commit suicide tonight. Um, Give me the best day. Give me a great day. They get married. They have a great dinner that it's looked like the same food that they had the first time he cooked for them. And, it's the self realization that Bill takes the pills too, takes the crushed pills too. It's enough to kill a horse, that he says, and basically the feeling of I've done what I wanted to do. I fell in love. You were my purpose. We're going out together. Opening up the window so the house don't smell. Thought it was great. Joel and Ellie come up to it's the present day. They had just died very recently. And it is a deviation, but it is a beautiful deviation of this beautiful love story that's able to happen in the middle of all this. I thought was just really powerful. So he gets the battery, gets the car. They're together. They're going off. Camera zooms out. We're in the bedroom. See the windows. See the painting on the wall of Bill. Uh, you know, this was a beautiful episode. I think this is one of the most beautiful, heart wrenching, gut wrenching episodes of TV that I've ever seen. Loved it. Love it, love it, love it. Comment down below, what do you think about episode 3 of The Last of Us? Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Ranking72, Instagram and TikTok at KingArises131, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already for a bunch of new reviews in our weekly review show, The King's Corner, where we're talking about all the latest new release films and all the awards type films that are getting a lot of nominations. This coming Friday, Thursday night's episode of The King's Corner will include films like Knock at the Cabin, 80 for Brady, To Leslie, and Bill Nye in Living. So that's where we're at with that, guys. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll see you next time. Over and out.